Hello everyone, it's Friday evening and that means it's sketch night. So I hope you've had a great week. My name is Linda Dolby and I'm a demonstrator in Australia. I'm actually away at the time that this is being shown, so it's not live tonight. I'm sorry about that. But I figured that it was still good to leave you with something so you could all still chat to each other, have something crafty to watch. And we can still do a sketch, right? So that's my plan today. And as usual, I haven't completely planned it out. I'm just going to see where it goes because that's kind of what we do around here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the desk and I'm going to show you the sketch that we're going to use. So give me 1 second as we switch over. Here we go. All right. So I've got the mini catalogue here and we've been working through the sketches on page 12. Okay. So you can see them all down here. Okay, and we're actually onto the second row and I'm doing the second one in the row, this one right here. I've got to bring it up a little closer so you can see it. So you can see it's got kind of a square, almost like a slightly rectangular shape there in the middle. There's a circle at the bottom. There looks like a piece here that's got like a flagged end in the middle there, and it's on a card base. Now there are so many different ways that you could tackle this sketch. Okay, so I've just decided to pull out some paper that I've been having a lot of fun using at the moment, and then we'll see where it goes. I think I know where I want it to go, but we're not 100% sure. So I thought I'd use the Thankful Garden, the Lovely Garden paper tonight. This is a new one out, online exclusive. And it's got all these beautiful flowers in it. We've got some like just the leafy design here with some little tiny flowers on the back, fresh freesia. This is garden green. This side here, we have just some yellow flowers. The yellow in this is crushed curry, so it's a little bit of a darker yellow. And then on the back of that one, you've just got some leaves that you could colour in or sponge over, or I would probably think about using blending brushes on this, then it wouldn't be quite so white. But then let me put that back up the other way like that. Then we've got this green one here. This is actually, I really like this one. I haven't done nearly enough with this yet. Maybe I could have used that today. I still could, but I have on the back of that one, we've got stripes, and I really like the stripes. I'm a big fan of black and white. How do you guys feel about black and white? I love it. It's one of my favorite things. All right. Then we have this one here, which is really pretty. It's on a black background. So it makes it a little bit more dramatic, I think, having it on a dark background like that. And you can see I've been chopping this one up and using it for a few different things. This one was the one we saw at the beginning. So let me put this one down so they're together. This one here, this is a white background with some different coloured flowers, melon mambo, blueberry bushel, fresh freesia. We've got the crushed curry, little tiny flowers, and it's all on a white background with garden green leaves. Back of that, garden green, kind of like a grid pattern, which is also really nice. So I've been having a lot of fun with these, enjoying playing around. There is a matching stamp set. I'll show that to you as well. That's this one. So it's got this, you make a difference with love and thanks. Those are separate stamps. You can use both together or you could use them separately. And this one, thankful for you, friend. Really, really pretty. And these have matching masks and matching dies. And we love that, right? So I'm thinking tonight I might have a bit of a play with some of these things. Oh, some more of that paper and more of that one there. Just been having a bit of fun with it. I'm actually going to show you, if we have time tonight, and I think we will, I'm going to show you my swaps for Onstage. And if we have time, I'll actually make one up with you. So let's see how we go. If I don't have time, then I might make that up at a later stage and turn it into a reel for you guys to see. All right. Okay, so this is the sketch that I'm looking at, this one right here. And I'm just thinking, what color background will I work on? You really could go with any of the colors from the paper, but I'm just going to use a basic white thick cardstock background. Basic white thick being my favorite base for cards. And if, there was some news where Stampin' Up! Decided we wouldn't have this size in basic white thick anymore, but guess what? I think we're going to keep it. That'd be really good, wouldn't it? So, yeah. So, basic white thick is really, really popular for card bases. I use it all the time. All right. I'll keep that there so I can keep checking it out. Now, I could just work on the white background, and that would look quite nice. Or I could start working on a a card front piece. Now, remember I said there's this banner piece here, and I was thinking if I wanted to use this darker color with the black background, we have these nested essential dies, these ones here, which have got like these diamond kind of flat diamond shapes. We've got some rounded off corners on these rectangles, and then we've got these banners. Now, these are really, really useful. I use them a lot. They've got that lovely stitched edge on the piece that you cut out, and I've actually gone ahead and cut one out in advance. All right, so you can see it doesn't actually reach all the way across. That's okay. We're gonna work with that. I'm deciding whether I want to have another color behind, another piece behind, because I think that might be rather good. Oh, did I have a piece of that left over? I think I did. So, you know, something like this behind. So that's not part of the sketch, but you know, I'm going, you can go rogue if you want to. All right, so you could do that. And I love these two together, but I'm actually thinking of maybe doing this behind. It's going to make it a bit more dramatic. And I'm going to pick out one of the colors out of here. I'm thinking maybe the melon mambo. So let me grab some melon mambo, and let's see if we can get this to kind of match the vision that I have in my head for this. All right, so melon mambos are really like a hot pink kind of a color. It's a great color. It's super strong. So if you want to, you know, have a real pop of color, it looks great with neutrals like black and with white, but I really do like hot pink and black. I think they look good together. So what are we thinking? Think that'll be all right? Well, I can't hear your comments, but you guys can let me know in the comments and I can read them later. All right, so I'm thinking about having this on the front of my card, like so. All right, now this is going to need to be cut. All right, so let me have a look and see. I'm going to cut it in the middle. Okay, so this piece is, it's roughly 7.5, well, it's roughly 3 inches, 7.6 centimeters or 3 inches. So if I do it at the 1.5 inch mark, that's going to be right in half from this side to this side. Okay, so let me put that down there for the moment, because we're going to split it and then put our shape over the top in the front. Now I'm deciding, do I want to have, and I'm thinking maybe I do, would this be too, like if I had this on here and this on here, is that going to be too dark? I'm thinking maybe it is a bit too dark. So there is another one in here, and you might have seen me pull it out before, that's got like a crosshatch design on it. I'm going to just, so on the back of this paper, we've got this kind of crosshatch design, and I'm thinking that might work really well. And then this here, so these go from one side to the other, and then I've still got my square. I've just got like a white square when I find it again, because I've just put a bunch of things on top of it that would go over the top, and then you've still got these edges coming out. So I don't know, what do we think? Do we like that idea? And I'm thinking maybe I might color this with a blending brush to color it up a little bit. We don't have to, but we certainly could. So okay, that's where I'm kind of thinking of going at the moment with this. All right, so this piece is actually not all that I like. It's not the full size, but actually I don't mind it this size. So let's see, how wide is this? 8 centimeters. I'm going to make this 12 long, so it's like the right ratio, like on here. All right, and I'm deciding whether I want to have a bit of, I think a little bit of color on this might be good. Now I'm thinking about, I'm actually going to be putting a flower on top, so I'm deciding whether I want to have, so one of the stamps from the stamp set, let me grab it quickly. What did I just do with the stamp set? Oh my goodness. I had it a moment ago, and I know it's still here because I just showed it to you. Literally just showed it to you. All right, let's move a few things out of the way. This is what happens when you've got a desk full of stuff. All right. Right, move these out of the way and move my catalogue out of the way. And it's probably sitting underneath some of these things. Yes, it is. There we go. All right, there we go. So I could have this flower or this flower. Okay, we could go either way. Now this flower here goes with these ones better, but this one goes with these ones better. I haven't been using this one as much. Let me see. I did have, here we go. This is what it would look like. I mean, I've got one I've already done, and that would actually look really nice with these blue flowers and everything. Let's go with this one today. And I'll do this for you. This is actually done without a stamp. That's just the masks by themselves. It looks really good, doesn't it? And I showed how to do this on a Technique Tuesday a couple of Tuesdays ago. But I'm thinking today I might, which colour will I use here? Will I use the green and bring some green out? Or will I go with a freesia? I mean, we've got all the colours here. So I'm deciding if I colour this up a little bit, just around the edges, which colour do I want to go? I don't know, guys. It's just too hard to decide, isn't it? So my flower's going to go on top of here. All right, so we're only seeing a little bit of this paper. So we're going to lose, that's why I don't want there to be too much white, and this white goes against here. So let's try the freesia. Let's see how that looks. I could also go with another colour that's going to be going soon is boho blue. And even though boho blue, this is actually blueberry bushel, but you can actually get away with the boho blue in there. That also would be quite nice. And boho blue is a colour that's going to be going soon because it's coming to an end of its life as an in colour. And it's always sad when that happens, when we have to say goodbye to colours that we really like. All right, I'm going to, the thing is, fresh freesia is light enough that if I decide it's too light, I can darken it up with something else. So I'm going to just go around the edges here, sort of do the corners, and then kind of fade it up there a little bit. Does that make sense what I'm doing? And I'm going to do the same thing at the top. All right, let's give that a shot. So the reason that I'm not here tonight and the reason I'm pre-recording this for you is because I'm actually away at the Stampin' Up! Training event that's called Onstage. It's in Brisbane, and we only have it once a year. So I was wondering there for a little while if I'd be able to go, because some of you know that I lost my dad a couple of weeks ago, and we just had the funeral service this week. So I wasn't sure that I would be able to go. And I'm very aware of the need to look after myself while I'm away and take it very easy. So I just wanted to let you know that's why I'm not here tonight. All right, I'm going to put this on. Now you can use Tombow, you can use seal, you can use whatever glue, tape, whatever glue you like. I'm just going to use Tombow, and I'm going to stick this straight down. I could put it up on dimensionals, but I am not going to. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. Why not? There we go. That's better. And then whenever that happens and it doesn't seem to be coming out, you just want to advance it with your finger until it's sticky. Once it's sticky, it will be good again. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that this is centered in the middle of this piece of melon mambo. I think that's right. And then this piece here is going to go right to the edges of that. And then this piece here is going to go right to the edges. So when I cover the center up with my square, it's going to look like one continuous piece. And is the square the right size? Yeah, I think it is. I think that is the right size. And can you see now that we've actually added color to this piece? We haven't got too much white going on anymore. So that works really well. All right, so I'm going to have that going ever so slightly over the edges there. And I'm actually going to glue this down. All right, I don't need it to be on dimensionals once again, because this piece is going to be on dimensionals. And if you look at the sketch, go back to page 12 again for a second. Here you can see it's kind of in the top 2/3. It's not right in the middle. It's a little bit above the center line. So that's what I'm going to do here with this one as well. And if you ever wanted to line up so you're not sure how it's going to look, pick a spot on your mat or your grid paper or your glass mat, if that's what you have. And I've chosen, this. Actually, I'm going to go a little higher. So I'm going to have that one. I'll bring that over. And then I'm going to make sure this line here, that thicker line there, or you could pick the dashes, you know, just choose a line that you can easily identify here at the top. I need to have this in that same place with the dashes over on this side. Okay, so if I make sure that they work on my mat, my card is straight on my mat, it makes it really easy to line up. All right, so it's going to be like that. I'm going to go right almost to the edge there, very, very close to the edge. There we go, just like that. All right, and then this piece is going to go in the center, and I'm going to actually have a flower on top. So I've got some basic white cardstock here, and actually I'm wondering if I should have, I know where the mats are. It's okay, I know where the stencils are. It's all good. I thought for a second, oh no, do I remember where I put them? But I do remember. All right, so this here is going to be on E block. E block is the right size for this one. So I'm going to pull that out, and it just fits on E block, just the right size. Right, and you could use, because we've got black in this, using black Memento ink for this is quite appropriate. Or you could even pick a color like Blueberry Bushel or something like that. But I am actually going to use the black, and I'm going to use my Memento pad and tap it and squish it. This is a different type of pad. This is a felt pad, so it's not like our other water-based inks, the classic inks that have a foam pad. So you can press a lot harder with this. The foam pads you can't because they're squishy and you end up with ink everywhere. Okay, so with this one though, and I make sure we tap it over and give it a really, really good inking. Right, and then I'm going to bring this over, and I'm just going to pop it right here. My suggestion is when you're stamping, always go straight down, don't rock your stamp, and leave it in place for a good 5 or so seconds, thereabouts. You can count to 5 if you want to, and it will give you a better inking than if you just go down and take it off again. The ink doesn't have a time to transfer properly, so you want to give it a good few seconds, give yourself a count, and then you've got this piece. So you're thinking, why have you got this here and then you've got a square? Because this square is going to be like the base behind my flower. So I'm just going to quickly grab the stencils, or the masks as Stampin' Up calls them. And I really, really like these ones. They are called the Thankful Garden masks, the same name as the stamp set. And they are part of the bundle. So the bundle is the stamps, the dies, and the masks together. The total cost for all of that here in Australia is $113.25, but you get 5 masks as well, which means you have the perfect colouring tool always, always. Now, the nice thing about these masks is they are numbered. So I've got a 1 here. Let me see. I've got a 2 here, and I've got a 3 here. And then there's 5, and 4 and 5. And these are the leaves. Okay, so we'll do the flowers first. It doesn't really matter which ones you do first. If I was doing it without the stamps, I prefer to start at the bottom and work my way up. But when I'm just doing it with the stamp, it doesn't matter as much. All right, so what you need to do is you need to find where this mask goes. Now, it's not hard to do, but I'm going to show you a little trick if you haven't seen this already. I've now lined these up with the stamps. Okay, I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel because this is the color that's in this this paper, the DSP. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a very, very light, you could even use a lighter color like Blueberry Bushel if you wanted to, but I'm just doing one little push over, like just picking up a little bit of ink, not a lot. And I'm going to start on here. You can see there's still quite a bit there. And I'm just going to go really, really lightly over the whole thing. All right, so I'm not pushing hard. I'm going very light. Blueberry Bushel is a great color. It's a color I don't use nearly enough, but you can see it looks very hydrangea-y, doesn't it? I really like that. We're going to make it look more and more hydrangea-y by going same color again. Oh, silly me. Look what I didn't do. Look what I didn't do. Okay, let's find that again. Okay, line it back up. It's easier to line up. And even if you don't remember to do this, I'm actually going to go with my blending brush over that little notch. See the notch there? All right, I'm going like that. And I'm making that notch there because then all the others, if you line the notches up, so if I line this notch up, guess what? It fits my flowers straight away. It makes it really, really easy to line them up. All right, okay. Now I'm going to add a little bit darker blueberry bushel this time. So just make sure that you are lined up as best you can, and we're going to go over a little bit darker. So I'm pushing a little bit harder, not a lot, but just a little bit. If you wanted to do, because there are 3 layers, if you wanted to do the 3rd layer with the blueberry bushel, look how nice this is. Can you see now we're starting, we've got the light blue background at the back, and then we've got some darker flowers in front. Don't they look good? I love that. All right, now you could do the same thing again. So we turn it over so we can see the 3. There it is. Line that up with the notch again that we made the first time. And now we will go over this again. However, I'm going to do both so you can see the difference. All right, you could just use blueberry bushel, pick up a bit more this time, and just this time go nice and dark. All right. And that's going to actually, those 3 colors of exactly the same ink applied in with a different amount of pressure is actually going to give you a beautiful, beautiful look that is finished. If you prefer, and this is what I did with this one, okay, I used 2 layers of blueberry bushel, the light and then the medium one, the second one, and then I used Night of Navy over the top because that's darker again. But they're very similar the way they come out, okay. This one is still quite dark because I applied more pressure. Okay, so up to you if you want to apply like a second color, Night of Navy being a really good color for that, or if you're happy with it just like this. All right, now I'm going to go and use my number 4. Okay, now you can line it up like this, or you can use the notch again because the leaves also match the same notches. Here we go. And all we want to be able to do is just sort of see the lines around this. This time I'm going to be using Garden Green. I'm just grabbing my Garden Green ink. Okay, Garden Green, where are you? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Anyone know that song, Cotton Eye Joe? All right. Well, this one will do. Right, so I'm grabbing my Garden Green, okay, because that's also the color that's in the paper just here. Right, and we're going to, and this time I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go light. My first layer is always the lightest layer, okay, so I'm going to just go over the whole thing very lightly because I just want to make it green, but I'm not adding any detail or anything like that. I just want basic green leaves. All right, there we go. So our leaves are nice and green. And you could leave it like that if you wanted to. But if you want the detail, okay, we're going to line up number 5 this time. Put it with the notch there. And then line this up. Now, here's the thing. There we go. Now it's lined up properly. I find it easiest if you're looking at your notch and then you look down, it's not quite lined up down here. Line up the stem. The stem is, if you get the stem in the right place, then it's going to be fine. Okay, so this time I'm using a bit of darker color. All right, and I'm going to go over the whole thing, and same again, bit heavier, bit more pressure. So who's never used the masks? Because I think the masks are fantastic. They're so good. These are one of my favorite little tools. All right, how good does that look? Doesn't that look nice? All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this out. All right, now I've got the Thankful Garden dies, which are part of this bundle as well. And something I haven't told you today, but if you haven't heard this already, my Zoom class this month is using this bundle. So if you have this bundle and you would like to do a Zoom class with me where I step you through 3 different projects and show you how to use this this set really, really beautifully. If you would like to be part of that Zoom class, by buying this bundle from me, your class is free. If you don't buy the class from me, but you'd still like to do the class, or sorry, you don't buy the bundle from me, but you'd still like to do the class, you can purchase the class for $15. Okay, so that's over on my blog. I'm just going to hit the banner for my blog so that you guys can see it. There it is up on the screen right now. It's lookwhatimade.com.au. Okay, that is my blog where you will find the details. So not the very last entry, but the second last one, the one before, is all about the Thankful Garden Zoom class. And I'd love to have you join me. That would be fantastic. So that'll be happening at the end of this month. From memory, I don't want to give you the wrong date. Oh, I better look that up. I don't want to give you the wrong date. It does say, let me quickly look at it. Okay, it does tell me. Okay, it's 2 p.m. on the 28th of March. Okay, so that is the Zoom class, and that's Sydney time for anyone who's wondering. Okay, so if you're around and would like to watch the Zoom class and maybe craft along with us, we have the most beautiful group of ladies, and it's lovely to all get together. It's a really fun time. All right, I'm just going to cut this. I'm going to cut this flower out with this die. So I'm just doing that at my cut and emboss machine. And I'm just lining it up on my machine, and then I'm going to roll it through. Okay, looks good. I want to show you what it looks like because it's so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I just think for not a lot of effort, isn't that a beautiful result? It's fabulous. These masks are so worthwhile. I love them. They're fantastic and easy to cut out with the dies. And wouldn't you rather do that than cut them out by hand? Oh my goodness. So much better. All right, so I'm going to pop that back in. Excellent. All right, so now we're getting close to finishing this because, you know, all the hard work is done. So I want to put this on here and then put this on here. I could just put this on here if I wanted to, and I would get away with that, but I don't like it as much. So I like having a shape here. And I'm just deciding if I'm going to put this on here, what should be the color behind it, because I feel like I don't just want the stark white. So I think I'll go with the Fresh Freesia again, seeing as I've got it at the top and the bottom. And I'm just going to have a bit of color here in the center of my square. You won't see a lot of it, but I'd like just a little bit poking out at the top and the bottom. Just holding it with my fingers. All right, let's see how that looks. And can you see you're seeing a little bit of the purple through here? And I will get a little bit more. All right. Okay, like that. And like that. Looks good. All right, liking that. All right, so I'm going to pop this on here, and I'm going to do that with dimensionals. Can you see how we've got that little bit of color coming from behind? Looks much, much better. So let's grab some dimensionals. Here we go. And I'm just going to have these. And I'm putting them so they're not too close to the edge so that I can have my, I could pop something else underneath there if I wanted to. All right, that's looking good. I'm liking it like that. All right, so this is going to go on dimensionals as well. And I'm actually wondering whether I'd like to use one of the standalone leaf dies or if that would be too much. It might be too much. This might be enough as it is. All right, that's looking really rather nice. All right, so this whole thing is going to go on my card base. Now you might notice there's also a circle down here in that sketch. All right. Here we go. This one here. What do you think? Do you like that? Okay, so see the circle in the bottom left corner? I could do that. Now I did cut a circle out earlier. I'm wondering if it's too big though. I'm wondering. That might actually work and just keep it white, but I'd need to think. I think maybe just the with love. This is really rather nice out of this set, and it goes, you know, obviously it's a great sentiment for lots of different occasions. With love is good. And I'm thinking, what color? Will I go with the blueberry? I think I will. And let's pop that right there, kind of slightly down, because the top of it is going to be covered like that. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to have a couple of dimensionals at the bottom. Like that. It's looking good. We have got some lovely velvet ribbon that's part of this suite as well, and that would also look really great. But I don't know that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that might be too much. But I do have these. Hang on a second. Let me see how. I think I have an open pack somewhere. These are the Starburst sequins. Who's noticed these? They are fantastic. Love, 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 love them. And they're part of the part of this suite, part of the bundle, I should say. And I get to choose what color, but because I've already got a fair bit of fresh freesia on here and there's no yellows, so I'm thinking the white ones might be right for this. So let's open this up. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool. Use the pointy end. Oh, just realized the banner's still up. I'm so sorry. I know you're probably all yelling at me to lose the banner. I am so sorry. All right, let me hide that. Ta-da! See? Isn't that better now? Sorry, guys. You were probably yelling at me, but, you know, there'd be no point in yelling at me because, yeah, I'm not listening. All right, so one right there. And then I'm thinking maybe one right here in the middle of this flower, maybe. And then maybe one, yeah, maybe one up here. All right, and I'm going to use some, you could use Tombow or tape or whatever, you know, seal, just to pop this onto the card base. But you could use any paper you like for this. All right, I just happen to have gone with the Thankful Garden papers because I've got a real thing about them at the moment. I think they're beautiful. And that's how it turned out. What do we think? Do we like it? I hope you do. All right. I have a little bit of time left, so I thought I would like to show you my team gifts for Onstage, because I made a bunch of these the other day and I had a helper come and help me do them, which was great because I was really struggling to get everything done by myself. And so my friend came in and helped me. Her name's Rona, and I really appreciate the help that she gives me. She's awesome. Just put these away. And let's get the big one away here. You might notice that this one's not in there at the moment because I'm using that for a class next week. So that's the reason why it's missing. I've already packed my bag for that one. All right. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so here are my little bags, or little boxes, I should say. These little suitcases for Onstage, and they've got a little special gift inside. Okay, so they're already shut, and you would have to actually pull them apart to get to the gift inside, which is fine when it's your gift, but I can't show you what's inside because well, I can show you. I can show you. because they'll all have them by the time. So I've got one that I kept for myself. All right. This is what's inside. It's a D block, but I had it engraved with our team name. Let me put something behind it so you can see it. Something dark. Have I got any black cardstock? Probably not. Oh, well. Let's just see if you can see it behind one of these dark colors. Here, grey. There you go. You should be able to see that. Right, so the team, the name of my team is the Insomniacs. It came from a time in my life where I wasn't sleeping very well, and I was using crafting therapy to get me through the day, or through the night, actually. So this, as you can see, it says Insomniacs, our team name, and then Onstage 2025 Brisbane. So that's where we're all going to be, and there's a little card there and a for you. And my good friend Courtney engraved those for me. She has one of those fancy laser cutting machines, and she was able to do that, which I thought was fantastic. All right, so let's make one, shall we? So what I'm going to show you first is the, well, let me just find them, because I just literally pulled them out to show you just before this video went live. And of course now I won't be able to, because I put them down somewhere, or probably put them under things. So let's quickly pick stuff up and see if it's under a pile of bits and pieces here, and that's what I think they probably are. So these are new online exclusives. They are called suitcase treat boxes, and you can see what mine looks like right here. Seriously, I literally picked this up before I started this video. And now I can't find them. Is everyone taking a sip? Is that what happens when I can't find stuff? Give me a moment, you guys, because I know it's here, because I literally had it the moment before I started. And it was a whole pack. Oh, here they are. Found them. Hooray. Right, so a whole pack, like I said, okay, there's 12 in a pack, okay, and they make these cute little suitcases. Now, they do also match a suite of products called, a bundle called Tags to Go, okay, and the Tags to Go bundle, they have, I really like the dies, okay. Now, there are dies and there are stamps. Let me see if I can find both for you. We've got some really lovely new things. I'm really liking all of our bits and pieces. The Tags to Go dies have got these fabulous little, these, see the little padlock? Isn't that cute? Which I cut from copper foil. And then this little, like a little banner here that I cut some little hearts out of. And I thought those were really cute. For the paper, I'll show you how these go together first. All right, so like I said, there are 12 in a pack. When you're putting these together, just something worth knowing is that there is a shiny side. I hope you can see that that's a little bit like it's got a bit of a sheen on it, and then a matte side that has no sheen. The matte side goes out. The slightly shiny side, the side with the sheen goes in because it's food safe. Okay, so the way I did these, I folded along the score lines, and if you have a bone folder, you will find the whole thing will sit nicely for you, more so than if you don't use one. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold all the horizontal score lines. Like so. All right, all that way. Okay, and then the other way. So all the ones on the sides here. I just find I get a better shape to my boxes if I take the time to score with the bone folder. It'll just, the whole thing will sit flatter and straighter. You can see I'm folding them all the same way, all up. There is actually one exception or two exceptions, and that's the ones down here on this tab, but I haven't touched those yet. Okay, like so. All right. Now, because I haven't done this for a little while, oh, I missed one. That one there. Right. Now, these ones, they don't go up this way. They're going to go back the other way, opposite to all the others. All right, so just take a little bit of time to do those. Okay, they go the other way. Okay, everything else goes up. All right, so I just have to remember now, because it's been a little while, if you pull these up, these two here, so with these widest part of the tabs, okay, I'm holding that so it's up, okay, you put these two little tabs and you sit that up, okay, and then this one, and you sit that up. I'm just going to move that one back for a second so you can see what I'm doing. All right, these bits here on the side fold over those two tabs, okay, and see this little notch here, it goes into this little notch down the bottom. So I'm going to fold them over, and then they're going to go into there. You don't need any glue for these. There is no glue required. They just fold together like this. And some of you may have heard me talk about this before. This reminds me when I was a little girl and my dad had fruit orchards, and we used to make up the boxes for the peaches to go, or the peaches and the plums to go to market in, and it reminds me of doing that. Okay, so now I've got like this base here, and then I've got this top. All right, so that's going to go inside. Then this one, these little kind of tabs here, they slide down here. But before you put them in, okay, you need to slide this very gently through the hole. This is the handle of the suitcase, all right? But you don't want to pull hard on that, because you can rip them if you pull too hard on this, all right? So instead, you push these down now that we've got that through the hole. And I'm just going to do it very, very carefully. Push that down. Then this one goes back up very gently. And there we go. We've got a little suitcase. There it is there, with a little handle at the top. Isn't that cute? And then what I found was it was almost the perfect size for these guys. How cool is that? Now, something I haven't done yet is you need to fill them before you decorate them. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So if I wanted to open it, I would just prise it open here and open this up. The part, this bit actually does slide off, but the reason I can't open this now is because I've got this tied around, okay, and I have to take those off in order to break into it. So we can do everything except these little guys. All right. So you can see this little, I'm not going to do it because that one's for me, but you can see it fits perfectly in there. In fact, it's almost a perfect fit. There's a little bit of a gap at the side. Isn't that cool? I like these. I think they're fun. They're part of the, like I think the To Go, something To Go. What is that set called? If I type in the word To Go, it comes up. It's the Tags To Go bundle, which is stamps and dies. Okay. On the Go puffy stickers. It's called the On the Go Sweet Collection, which has got everything in it, and that includes paper. Okay. Now the cool thing about the paper, it's called On the Go 12 by 12 paper. I don't have it yet, but there's a color in there that is not normally in our range of colors, and that is strawberry slush. Now some of you might think, oh, that sounds familiar. That's because we used to have strawberry slush years ago. All right, so there we go. We do actually have that color. So it's a new color. That's an old color that's coming back as an in color. That's my guess. That's what I think is happening. Right. Okay, so this is like so. Now, we've got this fantastic textured paper. It's called Woven Textures. I love it. It's one of my favorites. See it all here? Look at these, right? And what I did was I used, you can use any of them. I've used all the pieces up for the, I'll show you, have I got any left? Oh, I have a little bit left, this paper here, okay? So, in fact, I'm going to do this one different, not with this paper, because all the other ones, I've got to do one for, it's actually one for someone who's bringing her supporting demonstrator to Onstage, and so I wanted to do one for him. But I'm not going to use this paper. I'll save that for another one, and I'll use this one instead. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to use the basket weave. I rather like that. I think that might be nice for him. So let's, there's the full 12 by 12 sheet and it's 2 inches wide. Okay, so that's like that. So you've got the bucket weave design there. We go back so you can see it. All right, and then this is going to go around here. Now I like to have the join. This is the front because it's got you've got the little tabs and things at the back. Okay, you can see those little tab edges. Okay, so I make this the front. Okay, so I like to start this on the front because, and I'm not going to push it down too far yet. I'm actually going to move it a little bit further over. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want the join, the end of this, to be in the middle, because then it will be hidden behind the circle that's going to go on the front, this circle. All right, so I'm going to do this one a little bit different. So I'm holding it in place, okay, and I'm going to, you can use tape, seal, whatever you like. Let me see, where is my seal? Here's seal. And I'm going to put that here along this edge. And I'm going to make sure that that is right, the join's right there in the front, and I've kept it so it's even. And then that can be slidden off. That's slidden. Is slidden a word? I don't think so. It can be slid off. All right, so like this. All right, so that's how that is. And then I'm going to use my 2 3/8 inch punch. If I can find it. Here it is. And I'm going to use a slightly different color to everybody else's so I can easily identify it. And I'm going to use this oxidized copper paper. I love this paper. I'll be sad if it goes when the the catalog retires. All right, and then that's going to go right here on top. Now you can see there's a "You Are Awesome." Okay, that is actually from the, which stamp set did I use for that? I used it for from the Memorable Blooms. This one here, I've got "You Are Awesome." Can you see that? And on here, this is a shape from the Tags to Go bundle. So let me just see if I have them handy. Might be in my die box in alphabetical order, because that would be the right place for it to be, right? But because I had someone doing this for me the other day, I don't know if it's been put back here or not. Possibly not. Doesn't matter. Oh, it is here. Well, there we go. Look at that. All right, so this is the one I used. Now, can you see that it actually has a hole in one end so that you can use it as a tag? Because it's called Tags to Go, right? So this is the one that I use for this little tag here. And then I use these guys, the little hearts. I cut them out together by putting this one inside this one, okay, and cut those out together. That's how I got the 3 little hearts. All right. Then we have the little lock. Isn't that cute? I love the lock. I think that's one of my favorite things. And there's also in here, there's some little keys, like different shaped keys. I thought these would be good for scrapbooking, you know, like if you wanted to, you know, do like you could use them for all sorts of things. You could use them for something to do with a house, you know, like a welcome home but you could also use them for, you know, an antique look or treasures or, you know, anything that you'd like to have a little lock on. Okay. But this is the one I'm going to use. And I'm going to do this on the white paper. I'm using white because it matches the box. I am going to use the little lock. You can see I'm using this textured copper paper for this. So I'm going to run that one through. Let me do that quickly. So I don't know if I'm going to be with you on Sunday night or not. I don't know if I'll be back in time, and if not, there won't be a video on Sunday night. It's going to depend on whether I'm back in time from Brisbane. And if I'm not too tired, that will be the other factor. All right, so here's my little lock. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this little guy. I think he's so cute. All right, so that's going to go there. And then this little guy here is going to be used to cut this out. So I'm actually going to stamp it first. But because I'm using different colors, I'm not using the pretty peacock and copper. I'm using the, what is it? I think it's, Is it copper? No, I think it might be. Let's go with Calypso Coral. I think that might be looking really nice. All right, so we're going to go with the You Are Awesome. Da-da-da. And pop that right there. Tap that nicely on there, and I'm going to stamp it. All right. See, this is the piece of paper we used to cut out those flowers before. All right, so this is going to go like so. All right. Now, one of the things that you might notice is that I have a copper gem on each side. And the reason I did that was because this has, like I said, a tag or a hole on one side. And I didn't want the hole. I don't want to use the hole. I don't want a tiny thing through it. So instead I covered it up with a copper gem. And I will do the same again with this one. I'm just going to run that through my cut and emboss machine. So that's looking really good, isn't it? Look at that. We love that. All right, so I'm going to put this. I'm going to just put a couple of dimensionals behind this. I need to get myself another pack of dimensionals because I just used up the last one. There we go. Oh, and this one's got an extra bling. Who knows where that came from? I think it's in those pearls that match the Thoughtful Wishes bundle. All right, like that. And I'm going to go to my gems and let's see what I've got. There's lots of options. Copper or I mean copper's good because obviously it's going to go with everything. Another option would be the antique pearls. Those would look really nice. And so would the what are they? Oh, the pecan pie dots. What are those called? I'm trying to remember what those are called. The low profile dots. Those would look nice too. No, they're low profile dots? Something like that. I don't know. They're called something. You have to be kind to me, guys. I can't remember what things are called at the moment, but I know you guys do. I know you are all very, very good. Oh, tell you what we could use. We could use these neutral matte dots. These are new out and they match. They're part of this suite. So let's go with that. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with the black ones. I'm going to put a black one right here. Like that. And a black one right here like this. Because then they look like they match. And the same thing is going on both sides. Okay, I'm liking that. All right. So this is going to go right here on top of this. They look good, don't they? And I'm going to add a few dimensionals underneath to make it a bit funky, a bit interesting. 1, 2, probably 3 or 4 is probably good on the back of your circle here. Let's try that. All right, like so. Excellent. Excellento. Right, looks really, really good. Okay, so I've got this one. I'm thinking if I go Calypso Coral, which would look good, let me grab that out and we'll make our little banner in the Calypso Coral. Like, yeah, that's gonna go really well. Okay, so I'm going to use this little guy. And like I said, you can actually put this through with the hearts at the same time. So I can see my husband is just about to arrive home. So that's going to be, oops, I'll need that. So that's going to be interesting. He's home early. I thought he was going to come home late tonight. He said he might be working back, but nope, he's home. All right, so those. There we go. See how cute that is? Really like it. And then the last thing will be to tie them on with some linen thread, but I am not sure where that is right now. So these are going to get tied on at the top like that. But you can see how cute they are. Everything goes really nicely. So let me just let my husband in the door, because otherwise he'll think I'm locking him out. And we will finish up. Actually, no, he's gone around the other door. Okay, he must have noticed I was recording. Okay, so this is what I've made tonight for my team gifts. This one's going to have something different in it, like I said, but these are our projects tonight, guys. What do we think? Do you like what we made? I'm just trying to see, what did I do with the other card? I'm terrible at remembering where I put stuff. Let me see. Did I pop it under here? Here it is. Found it. Underneath a pile of stuff. All right. So that's our projects tonight. So this one based on the sketch, and this one to show you the team gifts that I've made for my team this weekend. All right. I will miss you seeing you all live tonight, and I hope that you will have a fantastic weekend ahead. I may not be here on Sunday night, but I will be back again on Tuesday, definitely. Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock for another Technique Tuesday. I hope you're all well. Stay safe, and I'll be back again with you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.